Hello, welcome back to the unpopular car series, and it certainly is unpopular with me at the minute. Not in the bestest of moods. Some people might have seen the video as I was on my way to college. I was on a private road, and I lost fifth gear. Now, whilst I was sat at college, I was thinking about what it could be. Now, I don't think there's actually, or I'm hoping there's not actually anything wrong with the cogs, the selectors, the hubs. But what I'm thinking it could be, it's one of two things. Now, I'm hoping it's going to be the latter of these two. If we go back to the autopsy video of the one I originally took out of this, I took everything off, took the back casing off, yeah, lovely and easy. And the selector shafts that go down, they've got little forks on them, that the selector basically moves up and down as you move the gear stick side to side, and it picks up on whichever one you want and pushes it one way or the other, depending on if you push it forwards or backwards. I'm hoping that it's not this one, and that like little fork arrangement, one hasn't kind of bent out or broken, because the reason I'm ruling out the gear lever system is I said about the detent pin on the bar again in the other video. When you actually put it into fifth, you can feel it notch onto that. So I'm assuming that from the gear lever, from my input down to into the back of the gearbox is fine. Into the back of the gearbox up to the selector is fine. But it could be this little fork that pushes it one way or the other. Kind of ruling that out because reverse works. Now if you go from reverse to fifth, there's not a huge amount of movement. It's not like it takes ages for it to, you know, go and notch. And what I'm actually hoping is, number two, on the fifth gear set, not my torch, on the fifth gear setup of these, I'll do it that way, on the end, the rod that comes through isn't like a conventional fork system. It's not solidly mounted with a pin going through it, so as you move the rod, the whole lot moves like that. It's got that, I'm going to say really odd, but it's got that pivot bolt in the middle. Now, I actually had to go back and look at my own video on what way it pushed it. Now, try and draw this like this. You've got the rod and the hub assembly and the lever with the pivot, and it pushes the hub assembly this way onto the gear set, so it does that. So this bar pushes out. If this bolt has come undone and unwound itself and moved the arm that way, for my input of doing that, it's not going to engage it properly. That's a really bad drawing on the wing. But I will put a link in the description to the other video, and that's what I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping that bolt has ideally come undone from when this was rebuilt, bearing in mind the person that owned it before probably didn't use fifth very much, so I'm hoping it's come undone. Failing that, the next best option is whoever reconditioned this did it up with an impact gun and stripped the thread. Because it's on the fifth gear, it's on that little cap at the end, which I've undone the wheel bolts and that's as far as I got. I'm hoping it's just pop that off and we can have a look and see what it is. Now if it's anything further than that and it appears to, all that end appears to be good, yeah, it's gearbox out and strip the gearbox and go from there. So basically, let's crack on, because I need to find out. Let's start taking the wheel off. Ha ha! There we go. Ha ha! Wheelie's off. Get a torch so you can actually see what they're looking at. Now, there is a bolt there, a bolt under that casing, and there is a bolt just up there. See it there? They are the only 3 bolts to take this end cap off. I believe they're 8mm, so I'm just going to pop them out, knock the end cap off. You're going to come with me, and fingers crossed, I'm hoping this thing has just unwound. If not, strip the thread. Either I will be happy, I will be happier, but if this looks right, we're not going to be having fun. Well, you're going to be having fun, watch me swear and do this job. I'm not going to be having fun doing it. Let's go. They are 9s. Now, I've got my drip tray below, which I'm hoping isn't going to catch anything, because I've got the car right up. Right, okay. These are tight. Very tight. I'm hoping that's a pattern throughout the whole of this gearbox. That everything is just that little bit too tight, and whoever built it is a bit special. I shouldn't really be let loose with gearboxes, but I didn't say that. I'm just hoping it. Please be no nothing can come. Oh yes, it's going to empty. Not much actually. Now I'm hoping that this here is the issue, and nothing, let's say nothing more. So that's a 6mm. Unfortunately it feels like it's done up all the way. Well, okay, that maybe wasn't done up, or wasn't correctly adjusted, so let's go have a look. Right, I believe I've adjusted that too far. So hoping just that. No, I can still feel the teeth on it. There's still teeth present on that. That I wouldn't say it's got loads of play. I'm just going to go a little bit the other way. Like that. And that has now fully covered the teeth. I'm hoping it is just that, and it was just that simple, and that bolt had just come out. Now if it has unwound, there's a reason. There was no Loctite put on it, it wasn't properly set up. I don't know. But I'm hoping that's all it is, and I've not just readjusted for a bent bar. But I'm going to put the cap back on and try it. So I'll catch up with you in a moment. Well, I have first, second, third, fourth. As for fifth, I'm going to take my hand off of it. But if I hold my hand on it, we have movement. That's not right. There's something unfortunately more not right with that, and I don't know what it is. It has the detent. But much beyond that, it doesn't. So I'm going to give it another go. I don't think I'm going to cure it. I think this is more serious than what I'd hoped. Take that out. But hey, this gearbox has done 25,000-ish. And it's jumping out of fifth. So, yeah, I didn't have this box apart. You've probably seen from previous videos. I haven't had this box apart, I haven't touched it. I've changed the oil. That's it. So, I don't know. Oh well, I'm going to have another little adjust. See what's going on, see if I can see anything. If not, it's going to be gearbox out time. No. I've had a little bit of an adjustment. Wound it on a bit more. Wound it on a bit more, and to the point that it was just clicking into detent, it wouldn't hold it. So I backed it out quite a bit actually, and then it just didn't engage at all. pull it out of fifth. Didn't need to put your foot on the clutch, push it into fifth, and it didn't push it as far enough to get to them. It's an issue, bigger issue. It's not what I thought it was, not what I hoped it was. It's internal. So this is going to have the box come back out of it. I don't know when. I don't know what I'm going to do to fix it. If I'm going to strip it, or if I'm going to give it to my mates who've got a gearbox place. Probably that, because they've got spare bits for these. I don't know. This isn't what I wanted. It's Wednesday night and I really didn't need this now. What I really could have done with is this thing to keep working as it should. Now, it's not causing any damage if I don't use fifth. It's not machining anything, nothing's falling out of it. Yeah. I'm a little bit annoyed. There's nothing I can do. I managed to find this gearbox, and as you can see, it still looks shiny going from the top. Still looks like it's been fully reconditioned. It's shiny, which when you look at the engine it isn't, and the gearbox that come out wasn't. Something's gone wrong in this. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. It's now on me. Whatever warranty would have come with this, it's probably expired to start with, and secondly, even if it hadn't, they'll probably go, oh, but you've changed the vehicle. Yeah, but it looks like this one's on me to fix. So unfortunately at the minute, what with the Clio engine still being in bits waiting for parts from France, so don't know when they're going to turn up. Unfortunately, I don't have space to start stripping this apart as much as I'd say I'd want to. Hey, it never rains, it pours. But I'm going to have to do something with it because this is my daily driver. I need this to get to work. I do have another option for a daily driver if I'm really stuck, but I don't want to use it. And to make things loads worse, yeah, you guessed it, about half a mile before it started doing this, I put a full tank of juice in it. Full 43 litres. Bear in mind the tank only holds 45. So this thing is brimmed and it's now stopped working properly. And I want to scream. But whatever happens, happens. I've got to get it fixed. So yeah. Yeah. Such fun. I'm now going to bolt this back up. I'm going to go home. And I know exactly what's coming. Anyway, I'm dragging on. If you like me being in pain and annoyance, please like the video. And if you want to see me stress out some more at stuff that's, I'm going to say, unavoidable, and possibly rip this thing apart, subscribe. This is kind of what happens. Kind of why I started the YouTube thing. A lot of people weren't believing what happens in my day-to-day life, and now it's recorded. You can see what really happens, and well, at times I want to bang my head against the wall and go and sit in a corner. But it's not going to stop me. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's beast this. Yeah, peace on earth, all of that. And I will see you again soon. Ciao.